Alright, what is going on guys? Rohit here. Welcome to the video. I'm sure every one of you must have heard people saying things like, I need to work on my core stability. I need to train my core. So what exactly is this core? Is this just the 6-pack? Is it just the 8-packs? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what exactly comprises of the core muscles, and in the end I have an at-home core workout for you to try out. So most of the time people tend to confuse core with the abs. However, abs are only part of the core muscles. The core muscles comprise of the rectus abdominis, the transverse abdominis, the internal and external obliques, the erectus spinae, and at times even the diaphragm is considered as part of the core. Now I'll explain in short what each of these muscles do. So the rectus abdominis is the visible 6-pack of the body, and it is responsible for bending the torso forward, backward and side to side. It also helps in raising the legs off the ground. Next we have the transverse abdominis. The transverse abdominis is a muscle which is not visible to the naked eye because it lies beneath the rectus abdominis. That is, it lies towards the interior of your torso. And its main function is to compress the abdomen and help in flexing the muscles. It gives you a certain amount of core stability and ab control to say. Next we have the internal and external obliques. So obliques are a muscle group which are responsible for twisting your body in various directions and to various limits. Finally we have the erectus spinae. The erectus spinae are located on the lower back of the body, and their main function is back extension. To put it simply, the core muscles act as your body's natural belt and keep the upper and the lower half of the body in one piece. They also protect your spine against all the sudden loads that is put upon the body. The core muscles are involved in all basic movements such as the squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, and even bicep curls to some extent. So any kind of dynamic movement which requires your body to move in space needs core stability in some form. As you progressively overload exercises, the core needs to work harder to keep you safe. But core training must be independently incorporated into workouts to provide an overall core muscle development which would reflect in the form of gains in other strength exercises. Okay, so now I have for you an at-home workout which would target the core muscles and leave you with a sick burn. We would be doing 6 exercises which would either be time-based or repetition-based. The time-based exercises would focus on putting the muscle under tension for long durations of time and increase endurance, and the repetition-based exercises would focus more on muscle contraction and relaxation. The first exercise I have for you is leg raises. This exercise would be performed in a time-based manner to keep constant tension on the muscles. We would start the rep with the legs being slightly above the ground and make sure that at the topmost point the legs are not crossing the 90-degree angle. If the legs cross the 90-degree angle, it would take the load off the core muscles. So we would make sure that the legs are not crossing the 90-degree angle and they start and end above the ground. We would perform this exercise for 3 sets of 30 seconds. This would be a great start to the workout and get your muscles warmed up. Next, we have the leg and hip raise. The start of this exercise is similar to the leg raise, but we add an additional hip raise movement to this exercise. This hip raise mimics the ab crunch and adds an additional contraction to the rectus abdominis, which is already under constant tension from the leg raises. So this movement effectively works out the lower abs in the form of the leg raises and the upper abs in the form of the hip raise. Few things to note while performing this exercise is that your hips and your legs should go straight up in the air, and make sure that your legs are not going behind your body. This exercise would also be time-based, and we would perform this for 3 sets of 30 seconds. Next up, we have the pike and knee in. This exercise is similar to the mountain climbers. Where in the mountain climbers, we used explosiveness to target the core. In this exercise, we would slow down the tempo to more effectively contract the core muscles. The focus of this exercise is the pike portion. This movement is also similar to the ab crunch as it works the rectus abdominis by bending at the lower back. We would go slow here to fully contract the muscles and get that nice burn. As the muscles are not under constant tension throughout the exercise, we would perform this exercise on a repetition basis and perform 4 sets of 10 reps on each leg. At number 4, we have the oblique crunches. Obliques are muscles which are more often than not overlooked in core training, but they're extremely important for a strong and aesthetic looking physique. Obliques run in a diagonal direction on the side of your body. Hence, the correct way to train obliques is in a twisting motion in a diagonal direction. So, oblique crunches look fairly simple and are easy to perform, but the main focus of this exercise should be on muscle contraction and maintaining proper form. That is, moving in a diagonal direction rather than only in the side to side direction. The proper way to perform this movement is to lay in a half twisted position by keeping your knees bent and looking straight up. From this position, you would crunch your body in a diagonal direction and get up. So one cue to perfectly execute this movement is to try to get your face closer to your knees from the starting position where you're looking up. While you're moving in the diagonal direction, you have to focus on crunching your core. This mind-muscle connection is very important while performing this exercise, such that you feel a good burn along the obliques. This is a repetition-based exercise because we are focusing more on muscle contraction. Hence, we would perform this exercise for 3 sets of 10 reps on each side with focus on proper form. At number 5, we have the crunches. The crunches are a staple exercise in a core workout and they work the rectus abdominis. As we know, the rectus abdominis' job is to bend the spine. Crunches focus on bending the upper body towards the lower body. So the position while performing the crunches is to lay down on your back and keep your legs bent such that your hips and your legs are firmly on the ground. From this position, you would try to get as close to the knees as possible without bending your neck. One mistake which a lot of people make while performing this exercise is to bend their neck in an attempt of getting closer to the knees. So bending the neck is just going to add an additional strain to your neck and may tire you earlier than your abs are tired. So it's better to keep your hands behind your head, and from here on you have to maintain a straight line of sight. In this exercise, your focus should be on keeping your eyes straight and trying to get your body towards that direction and not towards the knees. The more you try to get toward the knees, the more your neck will tend to move ahead in that direction and won't tire your neck muscles before. The focus of this exercise should be on contracting the abs while moving towards the knees, and as this is a contraction based exercise, we would perform this on a rep basis, and hence we would perform 3 sets of 10 reps of this exercise. And finally, we have the dynamic planks to end the workout. The main function of the core muscles is to keep the back straight and stable under a force which tries to bend it. The true strength and stability of the core is determined in a situation such as a dynamic plank, where the upper body is moving and the back has a tendency to slump under the force of gravity. The core muscles are already working hard to keep the back straight in the plank position. Now they have the additional challenge of keeping it stable when the upper body is in motion. Dynamic planks work the entire core muscles and are a great finisher. Just like the plank, this would be a time-based exercise, and we would perform 3 sets of 30 seconds each to finish the workout. So that brings us to the end of the video. Don't skip core training, try out the workout and let me know how you like it. Show some support by liking the video, sharing it with your friends and subscribing to the channel. And I will see you next time. I will be back with more such videos, and until then, thanks for watching.